Marcus JCC is family. It's where relationships are started, it's where friendships are made, it's where community is built. I have been a part of the Marcus JCC for over 40 years. It has been such a meaningful experience that has led me to this point that the journey is one that I will cherish for the rest of my life, and so will my family. This is the kind of place where you can make that journey, and so many people have the same story that I do.
I think the heart of the JCC is all about generational enjoyment, generational pleasure, loving to be with one another.
The JCC has provided a lot of firsts for me. My first school, my first volunteer experience, my first paid job, my first volunteer job, my first leadership position, my first kiss. Lots of firsts have happened for me across my lifetime here at the Marcus JCC.
The Marcus JCC is where my family does something every day. The only thing that keeps us out of this place is when the gate is closed. That's true.
Put it in actual numbers, the Marcus Jewish Community Center impacts over 60,000 people on an annual basis, and it's growing.
When you walk down Main Street, I think no doubt you're inspired just by seeing all the kids, seeing the life that's created, the buzz that goes on, the sense of community, and the impact that this place has on people of all ages, young and old.
One of the greatest things about the center is the relationships, the long-term relationships and friendships that you make in all aspects of center life, and the memories that go along with it.
So I grew up coming to the JCC from preschool to day camps to sports. It's been really special being able to watch my children come and experience the same thing. And the most amazing part to me is really the friendships that you've made throughout all these times. After all, that's how we met, being in preschool together.
We constantly measure the impact of our programs and services, and we are oftentimes blown away by the results. 9 out of 10 people feel more connected to their Jewish identity when they participate in one of our programs.
I yearned for a place where I could feel accepted and feel Jewish and be a part of the Jewish community, and through the JCC and through BBYO I've really been able to keep that all throughout high school. And it's so important as a Jewish teen to really stay connected and understand the value of a Jewish community and a place where you can feel accepted and welcome for your religion.
It's important for my kids to be involved here at the Marcus JCC because it's helping them to build a strong Jewish foundation, and I love that they get excited to come here, whether it's for school or gymnastics or tennis or the tons of birthday parties they've had here as well.
I feel that it's one of the first places where you saw some inclusion and learned about other people with challenges, whether it be disabilities or age. It's just a great place. Tearing up.
I have personally witnessed the growth and the acceptance and the understanding that the Marcus Jewish Community Center has for individuals of different abilities.
Habima Theater is one that I think stands out, and I think our programs here do an excellent job of giving somebody exposure and maybe finding a resource to go on in their Jewish journey.
The day camp program at the Marcus JCC is one that holds a very special place in my heart. We have watched it grow tremendously over the past 15 years, and I think one of the things that makes it so special, besides the connections and lifelong friendships that are made, is that there's something for everyone. We are constantly innovating and creating new and amazing summer camps that really can fill the need for any interest that a child may have.
I've been involved with the Marcus JCC for 26 years, dating back to my very first summer at Camp Barney Medintz. Camp Barney Medintz means Judaism to me, it means community to me, and for me it is where I grew up and really found a sense of self.
Barney is a place for a person to grow up. They have their own experience, their own culture, their own disabilities, and they're learning stuff about Israel, about this and that and that. It's unbelievable.
With all the different friends you make and all the counselors you meet, you never forget them.
I think as most people that went to camp or had the good fortune, whether it be a day camp or an overnight camp, they look back on those times as just incredible times of growth, interpersonal growth.
What do you love about Camp Barney?
It's my place, my place.
It's your special place. Camp Barney is a very special place.
Oh, yes, it is.
The past 2 years have been incredibly challenging, but I think one of the things that I am most proud of is what our JCC did, is that we pivoted and we were there to serve the community. And our staff never wavered in their dedication to making sure that we could still provide the programs and services in person that we normally did before the pandemic in a safe way that the community could feel good about coming into this facility.
There's no question that our programs here are top-notch, primarily because of the staff that's working on them. We have the greatest staff, I think, of any organization here in the city.
Without the staff, and with the lay people that support the staff, this place couldn't grow like it's growing. It couldn't be what it has been. The staff is just fantastic.
It's important for me to give back to the Marcus JCC, really in terms of both my time and my money, because I just can't imagine our city without it. So it's absolutely critical to me that this is where our dollars are going, and this is where our time is going, and this is where we're going.
Our parents made such an example of how philanthropy can impact other people and how it can feed your own soul and improve the lives of others. And if you are in the gracious position to be able to improve somebody's life, that you have an obligation to do so.
While we continue to use and love the Marcus JCC, it's important for us to give back in any possible way to make sure others can do the same long after we're gone.
When I look to the future, the Marcus JCC will be the galvanizing gathering place for the Jewish community. And what that means is we will invest in programs and services that bring the Jewish community together from around the city.
My hope for the future of the Marcus JCC is that it always remains the heart of our community.
It's the people that makes the Marcus Jewish Community Center of Atlanta so fantastic.
To me, the Marcus JCC is friendship.
To me, the Marcus JCC is a nurturing environment.
To me, the Marcus JCC is wonderful.
The Marcus JCC is welcoming.
One word when I think of the Marcus Jewish Community Center is impact.
The Marcus JCC is happiness.
The Marcus Jewish Community Center is inclusive.
The Marcus JCC is a place where I can come together with friends and family and do something that I love.
The Marcus JCC is community.
The Marcus JCC is friends.
The Marcus Center is a place to have fun and enjoy yourselves.
I found my connection at the Marcus JCC of Atlanta.
As the CEO of the Marcus JCC, I am so very proud of our legacy of inspiration, innovation, and impact on the community.